Hello and welcome to another Friday stream where we try to teach you guys at home how to play Brawlhalla better. And today we have Cirrus again. He's back. We're checking in with him. For those of you who have not been following along, Cirrus started off as a tin player. He's been grinding it out. He's been studying it up with me here along with some other people in the office, practicing almost daily. And he has been working very hard. How are you doing right now? What's your elo? How do you feel?
I'm currently at 12-13.
Instead of like focusing on like balance per se, focus on what you can do better. So
Okay.
I like to phrase it as like, I'm struggling with X. How do I solve it? Like, it's focusing on like what is the problem and what is the solution. So I'm going to ask you, what are you having trouble with in your ranked games? Because you've been playing a little bit.
Yeah. So
what are you struggling with right now?
I think spacing is a big thing.
Okay.
Like keeping distance and then just gauging the right distance that I need to be at to attack. I'm panic jumping, I've noticed sometimes, and I'm getting punished for that, especially with Lance.
Yes.
Just playing around a Lance has been really tough. But I'm starting to, I think my Lance play has gotten better because I'm getting beat around so
you're
much
getting
by
beat
Lance.
by Lance that you're
I'm
like, okay, I can
do that too.
Exactly.
I feel like I just can't turn around quick enough where it's like, okay, I whiffed, but I need to get myself into a better position now to either like hit back or move away, something like that.
Okay. So you talked about a couple of things. Specifically, it sounds like a lot of it is positioning focused.
Yeah.
And in Brawlhalla, because of the movement system of it, positioning is actually incredibly important. Positioning is one of the most important things. And honestly, if you can learn how to position yourself really well, you can win games using one move. And one of the best tools for that is your dodge dash button. Obviously, that's going to be your big thing. But are you undershooting? Like, are you pushing forward to hit and you're just like
I think
they can smell your weapon, or are you like overshooting and you're hitting behind where they are?
A little bit of both. I think I'm undershooting more than I am overshooting.
Then it sounds like, honestly, if you just start dashing before your attack as opposed to just doing the raw attack, that'll help you a lot.
Okay.
And then another thing that you pointed out is that when you're missing, you're getting punished a lot. And to me, that sounds like you're using unsafe moves. It sounds like you're throwing out a signature, and then you're going to eat a punish for that. But for now, Spear Neutralite is a really good safe move.
Okay.
So if you whiff an attack, you just throw out the Neutralite because it comes out super quick.
Okay.
For Bow, your downlight is kind of your poking tool because it has so much range.
Okay.
So you're talking about how you tend to undershoot, use that downlight because it reaches incredibly far. And then if you miss, you have the Neutralite to protect yourself.
Okay.
Comes out super quick. Sword, Neutralite, that's your safe move. So you poke with your side light, poke with your downlight. All right, so it's important not only on losses but on wins to focus on what can I have done better. So what did you struggle with in that match? Because at the start of it, you were like, you seemed a little lost. You were kind of giving me some size and stuff. So what did you do? What was the mind switch, and what do you think you could have done better?
I don't know. Like that's hard to say, right? Like I don't know what I did better.
But it's important. It's important to be able to look back on your match and be like, oh, this is okay. That was my answer. He jumped a lot. I recognized that. Started using my anti-airs better.
Well, I'm definitely weaker with Cannon. I started off with Cannon.
Okay.
And he was just slapping me around, I think.
Okay.
I feel like I kind of figured out his spacing a little.
Okay.
And then I started keeping more distance.
Okay.
That's what I was doing. I kind of would like, I think I just waited for him to whiff a little and then would just follow up. He was using a lot more SIGs. And so I noticed that.
So is Cirrus playing on controller? Yes, everyone on when we're on the dev streams, we play with controllers. Cirrus actually plays with both controller and keyboard because he likes to make his life as difficult as possible. I remember now. There was a question about ranked anxiety, which is a very important thing. It's very difficult to really get into. But the thing about ranked anxiety is that it's like any other anxiety. What's going to work for one person might not be the same solution for other people. For me, getting over my ranked anxiety when I first started getting into Brawlhalla was all about forcing myself to play ranked. Just doing it until the point where I felt like ranked was just another game mode, right? Where I just was like, hey, this is how I'm gonna play. For me, it was kind of just like shock therapy. Just go in and do it, and eventually I'll not hate it. For other people, it might be a matter of play 1 or 2 ranked games and then just call it off. If you're gonna get too anxious about it, that's fine. You got 1 or 2. You got baby steps. For some people, you don't have to play ranked. You can play strikeout. You can play experimental queue. You can play free for all. You can play 2v2s. 2v2 ranked is still ranked, but you have someone there to help support you. All of those things can be solutions, and honestly, it just comes to what works for you. What is going to be the way that'll make you feel comfortable when you're playing.
I do want to talk about this game. Yeah. So this is a great example. People always ask, like, how do I deal with spammers? Specifically, Orion spammers. You just wait.
You just be serious. You just win. But the more technical answer to that is that when people are spamming, it makes them predictable, right? It makes it so it's very obvious that every time I'm on the ground in front of him, he's going to throw out the side sig.
Right.
And so you jump over it, right? You punish it because you know exactly what they're going to do, but they don't know what you're going to do.
Right. And I learned this like way too late, but a great way to interrupt a spammer is just throw your weapon at it.
Yeah.
Because it interrupts the sig, and then you can always like close the distance and get your weapon back. So